Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Happy Wednesday to you and your family. We're going to take a look here, of course, at Bitcoin, see what's going on, help understand best practice and big picture. So if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, really just love teaching people to trade. Hope you can learn something here today. And just note that my goal is to help you become a better trader. Simply put, just helping you become ultimately a little more self-sufficient. I have a trading academy community and signal group if that's an interest of yours. CryptoCache.tech is a site, link in the description below. That is where you can register. So here's where we're at for Bitcoin. Pretty, I would say, standard stuff in the sense of the fact that it's doing exactly what we're kind of expecting it to do. It's still making higher lows, as we can see here on the chart. I have these little yellow carrots kind of telling us effectively that we are on the right track. Price came down, whipped down 3 times so far over the last month. I think it's basically just a little over a month, or under a month, and we're looking very good there in that sense. So with this little candle wick down to bounce off that key level support, very, very good sign. Okay. We also have this ascending type of triangle pattern, of course, that's occurring, whereas the price action is likely to break to the upside here as we're continuing to retest this level at 24,000, as well as some other key level resistances. So again, mostly good stuff there in that sense. Taking a look at the hourly, or correction, sorry, the RSI, we'll look at the hourly later, is the fact that we are bouncing off 50 on the RSI. We bounced essentially again another time, almost a third time, if you will. So it's a very positive sign to see that. We can also see, of course, some activity is somewhat converging, but not really a full-on tell. But for lack of better terms here, the RSI is looking fantastic, and I really like to see this higher low pattern here on the daily. Okay, so again, mostly good stuff here. We also have a bullish engulfing candle, so if we can close above 23,800 today, we'd be really good shape here to see this continue higher. Even if we were to close below, it'd still be okay. It'd just take a little bit longer. But again, when you have these engulfing candles, they have a tendency of shifting the direction in a different direction that you would expect. In this case, more so to the upside than the downside. Taking a look at the 4-hour, we did, of course, wick up here, and obviously the body is much higher than both moving averages. So that's all well and good. Nothing really to celebrate, of course, just based on the fact that we've been kind of up and down there. We do want to, what I think we're going to see happen is a retest of this 24,600 level. It's exactly why I have a profit target 24,500, because of the fact that that's just below a key level retracement, and that was the most recent high. So we should expect to see that retested likely today or tomorrow. And of course, even if the price were to come back down, as long as we continue to maintain this higher low pattern, we're going to be just fine. Okay, so all is well here in that sense. CPI data did very well here in that sense. Whereas we had some positive news and the price went up, and I believe the dollar index went down. So we can see that going down there. So again, so some pretty decent stuff, of course, for Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour RSI. We're seeing that getting closer to 70, so I would say that this push might be closer to an end. We may not expect it to blast through, but what we want is consolidation at 24,000 to get that foundation, essentially. And then we can build on it and continue higher, whereas the price action goes sideways for a little while and then comes up again. So we should likely see consolidation at 24,000, and then of course a continuation higher, a next leg up in the relative near future. I would say the next 24 to 40 hours we can expect that. We've also got a MACD almost converging here, which is a nice shift in momentum there, telling us the bears are almost or have almost effectively lost their control. That's a good sign too. So put all this together, and even though we're slightly overextended, we're not quite there yet. We should experience sideways action and then another increase. We could even see a leg up here in the immediate future, but I would not like to see that just based on the fact that we get rejected by 70 on the RSI in most cases. So hypothetically, the price action continues sideways and once again goes up, or of course we see it come up and then come back down to the next level right around 23,500. So there's a couple of different scenarios that could unfold here, but just based on the news and the fundamentals there, I would say that generally speaking, we're in pretty good shape, and we should expect the price action to continue overall higher in the next few days and or weeks. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at there in that sense. Looking at the 1 hour, here's what we want to look at, of course, is overextension, if there is such, and we are definitely overextended. So again, this basically tells us that we had a full 9 hours of continuation of the upside, then on the 9th hour, the price action shot up, and now it's consolidating at resistance / current support. So 24,000 is actually a perfect support level there. We can see that nice line, and we're essentially seeing a lot of candle wicks up and down. I'm not super concerned with that because that's very standard when the price action shoots up that high. So we're looking good there, and I'm willing to guess we're back up above the cloud, which we are. And this is a confirmation that I like to look for to make sure not only we're above the cloud, but we're soundly above it, and we stay above for at least 3 to 4 hours. So right now, you can see in the last 4 hours of trading, Bitcoin has resumed the price action at 24,000 and continued that, whereas we're above the cloud, conversion line's above the baseline, lagging span's free and clear price action. So we got only green skies from here, if you will, right? Green skies from blue skies, if you want to look for a weather reference. But generally speaking, it's looking pretty good here. You get what I mean by green skies, right? So taking a look, of course, the last thing we want to kind of peek at would be, actually, I'm not sure if there's too much we want to look at, but we can go ahead and take a quick peek at the volume weight average price and kind of see where we're at. Because we did go outside these standard deviation lines here, but I like that we're starting to calm down at this point and stay below. So that's a very healthy thing. What that does imply is that with the volume weight average price trending right around 24,500, that would likely be the lowest point at which the price will go. So if you saw my entry targets for this trade, I put in 23,500 as a secondary in case the price comes down to bounce off the VWAP and effectively continue back to the upside. All right, so again, there's different schools of thought. You can take 100% position at 24,000, or you can take a 50-50 if you want on the way down. It does feel like it may want to try to retrace, but if it does, it would only be 23,500. Again, nothing significant. I don't feel like we're going to see a significant pullback here. And all in all, once again, Bitcoin's looking very good here on the daily. I mean, look how perfect this pattern is, though. It's candle wicking down each and every time almost perfectly. Okay, so it's really awesome to see that. Again, the likelihood of it breaking to the upside with this ascending type of pattern is very high. It's much higher than the expectation of the price coming down. While it could still come down, the probability is very low. I would say maybe 20-30% probability we'll see a strong pullback. There is I would say 50% probability the price might come back down to 23.5 and bounce. But best case scenario, we get a break above 24,000, nice clean closure today above that level, and then we see that testing itself as a support and continuing higher from there. So I do feel that 28,000 would be on the horizon for it to continue to consolidate and break above this ascending type of pattern. Okay, so all good stuff there in that sense. So I'm ultimately very happy with the progress so far here from Bitcoin. I've also considered some other altcoins as well, sent out a signal for Atom, and I'll cover that one here next, just really quick, see if we can kind of help explain the reason why I took that trade as well. But I hope you had a good learning experience here. Thank you so much for joining me. That's pretty much all we got for today. We'll take another look at this again here in likely another 24 hours. So hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your patience with my travels, and I hope you have a good one. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.